All right, peace and blessings, all praises due to the Most High. Now, I'm about to show you a clip from 1978, the year I was born, of a group of black kids. Sounds like they are in a up north city. They are being attacked, spit on, having rocks thrown at them, being called all sorts and types of N-words by a group of white kids. And I'm going to play the video in its entirety, but I'm also going to play it again so we can break down the natural inborn racism that existed at that time, where kids are doing that in front of adults. Now, once again, this is 1978. So the people who are the kids more than likely are still living both black and white. And so y'all check this out real quick, and then I'm going to be back with some commentary.
Get better turn around, and don't come back. We were riding down this block, and these white people start saying, "Get out of here! Get out of my neighborhood! Don't come to this neighborhood." Then they start hitting on her, throwing rocks and everything else. Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhood.
We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody.
We had a nice
parade. We saw a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. All right. I mean, we didn't bother anybody. We weren't looking for trouble. I never even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me, but this little boy, short boy my size, or little short, had picked up a rock, and he was in the front of all these tall, hunky, right? He threw the rock. He tried to hit my sister, but he almost hit me about that much away from me. And I was sure where she had. He hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right in the face.
They always say
niggas doing everything. They always say we're doing everything, right? We don't read it every time the white people come down the block. We don't push them out their neighborhood and throw rocks and start hitting them. We don't bother the white people around our neighborhood, but when we get in a white neighborhood, they just push us out.
yeah. Everybody, whether they with nothing, they were piece of dirt, dogs. I mean, that's the way you treat an animal. I mean, God, we're human beings. Yeah. You don't treat other people like that. It's just wrong. Black, white, I don't care. A person is a person. Skin should have no bearing on how you treat a person. That's just wrong.
I hate they got the
God. I can't say that I hate them. I can't say that it's totally the kid's fault. I mean, I'm sure their parents had some bearing on the way they feel and everything else. I think it's just a system. I don't know. I can't say that I hate them because I don't hate anybody.
Do you forgive them?
No. 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 You can't take back no hurt. So they gonna always do that. They always spit on us like we some dog. They always spit back on them. Ain't nothing but a change.
All right. And so that was the clip that was sent to me. And once again, that is 1978, the year I was born. And we're going to go back over that video to point out some certain things, especially the white parents in the background that turns and walks away after their little racist inbred kids call the black kids N-words, spit on them. You can actually see one child spit as the girl is turning her bike away and throwing rocks at them. And shout out to the young sister with the 2 ponytails. She said, "I hate they GD guts." Like I wish they would have hit me, because I would have picked up that rock and I would have hit them right in their face. Now, people would take that clip and say that she's the angry one. But there's a speech that Malcolm X coined called "The Hate That Hate Produced." The hate that hate produced. That little girl said, "I hate their guts," right? But her response came from the treatment that they've received. They said, "We never bothered them. We never bothered them. And even the white girl, and even in the girl with the afro that said, look, now I don't forgive him. You can't take back no hurt. Even she said, she referred to herself as the N-word. They say N-words are always starting. They say us. So she even have adopted that moniker that was given to degrade them. She even said that the N-words, we ain't starting nothing. So I show this to show that those kids are still living today. And also keep in mind that listen at the northern accent. So people got it confused that it was only the white people in the South that held those views. No, those views were held right all over America. And the fact that those kids, they said they were just going to McDonald's, and the young girl that says she does forgive them or whatever, says she can't hate nobody. You can tell she was very well spoken. Like she, mastered the English language. She wasn't no dumb pickaninny. She was, she was breaking it down. Like, you don't ever treat a human being that way. And shout out to her too. Shout out to all of those kids who are probably still living today. Mind you, once again, this is 1978. The year I was born. So this is not an example of what happened lifetimes ago. No, this is happening my lifetime. And let's break this down from beginning to end so you guys can really see. Now you see the white girl jumping all big and bad, but of course she's big and bad when she got 20 other white kids around her, and the black girl just stays cool, calm, and collected. And he just called her the N-word. I had to bleep that out. And look at her holding down her head. Like, why do I have to deal with this? Now, who is the N-words in this scenario, really?
Get better turn around, don't come back.
Now look in the background. You see adults walking back. You see those two adults right there. Those are their parents. Those are their parents, mind you, or older white people in the neighborhood that should have stepped in. But that is the order of the day. Don't come back and watch my little sister break it down.
Riding down this block and these white people start saying, get out of here. Get out of my neighborhood. Don't come to this neighborhood. Then they start hitting on her.
Throwing rocks and everything else.
Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhood.
We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody.
We had a nice
we saw a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. All right. We didn't bother anybody. We weren't looking for trouble. I never even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me, but this little short boy about my size, or little short, had picked up a rock, and he was in the front of all these tall, hunky.
She's called them honkies. Now, if y'all don't know what the word means, I'll explain it a little later.
He threw the rock. He tried to hit my sister, but he almost hit me about that much away from me. And I was sure wish he had hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right in the face.
Hey, and I feel her, because I can't even imagine living at that time where you're just minding your business and people have the almost authority to come and bother you while you're just trying to be a kid.
They always say niggas doing everything. They always say we're doing everything, right? We don't read it every time the white people come down the block. We don't push them out their neighborhood and throw rocks and start hitting them. We don't bother the white people around our neighborhood, but when we get in a white neighborhood, they just push us out.
And see, that's the main point. Black people don't be bothering white people, just like they're trying to stay in Cincinnati. Black people just don't go around when white people come around and start beating them. There has to be a catalyst. But in this case, she said, but when we come to their neighborhood, then they put on us, they push us around, they spit on us and tell us not to come back. Now, y'all tell me who's in the right and who's in the wrong.
Yeah, everybody, whether it's with nothing, there were piece of dirt, dogs. That's the way you treat an animal. God, we're human beings. You don't treat other people like that. It's just wrong. Black, well, I don't care. A person is a person. Skin should have no bearing on how you treat a person.
Now, she's definitely right. But if everyone felt that way, that would be a good concept.
That's just wrong.
I hate that got the gut.
I feel every word she said, because look at her, she's crying and she talking about she hate. And once again, that's the hate that hate produced.
Well, I can't say that I hate them. I can't say that it's totally the kid's fault. I mean, I'm sure their parents had some bearing on the way they feel and everything else.
Now that's who we are as a people. Nah, we can't say we gotta love. We have a loving hearts, and she's got understanding. It's not the kid's fault. Their parents have some bearing on the way they act, and you saw the actual parents in the background watching this.
It's just a system. I don't know. I can't say that I hate her because I don't hate everybody.
Do you forgive them?
No. 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 You can't take back no hurt.
And I feel that once again, as a child, they want you to immediately forgive and just keep living. And then they do the same thing over and over and over again. And we have to keep turning the other cheek, and forgiving and forgiving and forgiving. But black people in those times, everybody won't turn in the cheek. And that's what made it stop. When people stop turning the cheek.
So they gonna always do that. They always spit on us like we some dog. They always put back on them. Ain't nothing but a chain.
All right, and that's the end of it. And the young lady said, look, they always spit on us like we some dogs. You heard the revolutionary in the back. Spit back on them. Once again, do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. But you also do unto others as they do unto you. You know, that's my little spin on it. But shout out to those kids once again. And if you don't remember, you heard the little girl say honkies. So back in those days, the white man used to always come to the black neighborhoods and want to sleep with the black women. You know, the women of the night. You know, the working women, as they say. But they would not want to get out. You know, they would not want to just go and knock on the door like everybody else. So they would sit in the car and honk their horn. And that is how they knew that a white person was outside. That's why they called them honkies. Or we have a honky out there, you know. So that's where that neighborhood, and one little girl, wanted to call them the saltine word. You know, I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, but I had to cut out the N words that they were speaking to the kids. But there was just a barrage of those. So once again, this was 1978, less than 50 years ago. Where are those kids at now? Where are their kids at? And where are the kids that their kids had? And people always want to talk about the trauma that is passed down through black people, through slavery and post-traumatic syndrome. But we also must realize the attitudes and ideologies that is also passed down through other DNA. So those same people that were hating black people then passed that innate deep hatred on to their children, which allowed them to hold those same views. But, shout out once again to the people of the 60s, 70s, 50s, 30s, 1800s who had to endure all of that and had the courage, like my little sister soldier right there, to fight back and call a spade a spade. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And as always, peace and blessings.